Welcome to the Boss Experience podcast. My name is Michelle Davis, and I'm your host. So, in this episode, I'm discussing 5 ways to start a business with confidence while still working your 9 to 5. We're in an age where people are looking to social media and they're looking to online influencers for what they should do next in their life because a lot of people are at a crossroads. They're thinking about, starting a business and they're just wondering, like, how do I do it? I don't know where to start. And do you really want to start your business, leave your 9 to 5, start your business, and end up right back in a 9 to 5 because you didn't do things the right way? And so listening to online influencers is great to get ideas, for resource purposes, but you need to forge a plan. You need to work directly with the coach who knows your business, your situation, and forge a plan. And I think I've said this before in previous episodes that yes, I left my 9 to 5, in a crazy way. And this was when I left my nonprofit career. But I did work other jobs because at the end of the day, you have to pay rent, you have to pay bills. And I may not have worked in my field and worked less demanding positions. I was a single mom. So I had responsibilities. So a lot of the people you're listening to, you don't know what their financial situation is. So if you're basing your decision whether or not you should leave your 9 to 5 now, and yes, I understand coming from toxic work environments myself, that you are probably in a toxic situation. You can't handle, you're like, job is stressing me out. I'd much rather build my business. I'd much rather, be out there. I'm tired of people telling me what to do, but I'm going to encourage you to hang in there. Hang in there. Listen to the 5 tips I'm going to give you in this episode, and just hang in there. Because if you leave prematurely, you're not going to be able to make ends meet because nothing is immediate. There's a process to getting to the point where your business is sustaining you. So unless you have a husband, or a spouse or partner who can support you as you navigate your business and as you get your business started, which means not necessarily bringing in income, then you may want to stick to your 9 to 5 until you have things in order in such a way that you can come out ahead of the game by starting your business while you're working your 9 to 5. When I first started my business, I was listening to all the people on social media about how to build my business. So I'm online and I remember listening to this woman and I was like, yeah, a feeling like if I didn't quit my job, I wasn't committed. If I was continuing my 9 to 5, I wasn't committed. I'm not all in until I decide to invest in her program. And, for the most part, a lot of these, gurus are, they weigh on your confidence. And if you're coming into a situation you really don't know what to do and how to do it, it's very powerful, when you're consuming that content all day because you don't know, you start questioning your own abilities, that you don't know anything, that you're not all in if you don't quit your job, that you need to listen to them and you need to invest in all these different programs. And what I have to say to that is you want to invest in the right programs and you want to have a plan before you leave your 9 to 5. So with that being said, I want to tell you or give you some tips how to leverage your job because as you know work your 9 to 5, your job is doing a lot for you. It's helping you pay your bills, but there's some other ways for you to leverage your time at your 9 to 5. So if you can use these strategies, great. If you can't, just take from it what you can use and create an exit plan for leaving your 9 to 5. If you can just hang in there until you have the financial means to, make your move, that's what you want to do because you don't want to be that entrepreneur that steps out too quickly, falls flat on their face, and runs back to a 9 to 5 with their tail between their legs. Because the other thing you have to know as well is you're starting out when you leave your job, you're starting at ground zero. You don't know anything yet. Your business is not up and going yet. So it behooves you to just stay put. So here are 5 ways to leverage your time at your 9 to 5. So as I said, the first strategy is keep your job. Your job is paying your bills right now. It's supporting your family, and there is no shame in that. And just because you're choosing to keep your 9 to 5 as you prepare your exit strategy and you start your business and you understand how your business is operating so that you can, start to get to the point where you're profitable, there is absolutely no shame in that. And you don't want to fumble around and do all those things and have the burden of, not having enough money on the back end of your situation where you can't pay your bills and you're trying to build this business. It just creates extra stress, extra anxiety, and frustration you don't need. Because the reality is, you need money to start a business. You need money for marketing. You need money for the different tools to help you, support the growth of your business. And just some basic tools, when you think about it, that you're going to need. And there's no such thing as starting a business with no money. As much as you hear that online and on YouTube, I mean, you would have to be, starting at like bare bones, and it's really hard to grow like that. You don't want to be in a position where you quit your job prematurely and you can't pay for things. And the big one is marketing. I remember having sticker shock when it came down to marketing. And there's organic marketing and there's paid marketing. But marketing takes time, and you're going to have to invest in something to learn, how to use the different marketing strategies available to you to grow your business. So keep your 9 to 5, allow your 9 to 5 to fund, the resources you need to operate your business. Tip 2 is, use your time at your 9 to 5 to assess your skills, determine, what you're good at. And I did a previous episode, the boss within. Go through that process and while you're at your 9 to 5, and really assess your skills, your passions, your expertise, your things you've overcome, like your experiences, and really come up with a solid business idea that you can test out. And once you have gone through the process and you have a profitable business idea, then you can begin to think about, okay, now let me form my exit strategy. So another tip I'm going to give is seize opportunities while you're in your 9 to 5. And what exactly do I mean by that? So a lot of times there's resources, training, all designed to help you do a better job in your current position, right? How many of these training opportunities can you take advantage of that can help you in your business? So let's say if there's a course on, mastering Google, or depending on what your position is, or mastering, the different Microsoft tools, Excel spreadsheets, all of those different things you can use to operate your business. Or maybe you're doing, sales for one company and you're trying to, start your business. Are there sales trainings that are available? So look and see what training is available to you that you can justify going to because it supports your current position, but also, is it a training that can help you in your new job? So seize opportunities, look at training opportunities that you have access to, and take advantage of those while you're in your 9 to 5. Okay, another tip I'm going to give you while you're working your 9 to 5 is you want to create and establish your brand identity. For so long during your career, you have probably identified yourself, by your position. If you were a administrative assistant, then that's what you put on all your social media, that's what you put in your LinkedIn, that's how you identify yourself. Well, as you're making and the change in changing your career, and you're evolving into an entrepreneur, you need to establish an identity for yourself. And so you need to give yourself time to develop that identity. And part of that, a big part of that is deciding, you know, that question, who are you? And I know it sounds like a very basic question, but a lot of people don't know who they are. They don't know who they are because they've been tied into their job. Maybe you've been a mom, were married, or you still married, and you really don't know who you are outside of your roles as wife and career woman and mother. You need to really get in tune with who you are so that when you start your business, you're clear on who you are, you're clear on who you're serving, and you're clear on who your target audience is. And, stop giving your employer free publicity and telling everyone about your employer and where you work, and start telling people about your business. Share with people what you're working on. Build that momentum for your business, and just, make sure you're taking action every day with no excuses to work on your business. And I know you're tired, and I know that you have a lot going on, but don't make excuses. Take as much time and be consistent in the time you take to actually develop your business. Establishing your identity is a big part of that, because when you step away from your 9 to 5 at some point and you finally are in that position to leave your 9 to 5, you already want to be known for whatever it is that you're building a business around. You don't want to have to take the time to start from ground zero trying to establish yourself online as this business owner. And then finally, expand your network. So we talked about, keeping your job. We talked about seizing opportunities. We talked about, skills assessment, and we talked about creating an identity. So the fifth and last tip I'm going to give is, use the opportunity to expand your network. So every chance that you get to connect with people, through your employer. When you're starting a business and you're currently working your 9 to 5, you have to be careful about how much you disclose to your employer. But you can still build your network, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where your employer feels like you need to run, your business by them, or get permission to start your business, because that can happen too, where they want to examine the conflict if there's a conflict of interest. So you don't want to get into those issues, but you do want to take this time to expand your network and kind of see who's working around the business. Who can you connect with? How can you expand your network? Who's in the company that you may want to keep in contact with, and connect with them on LinkedIn. And that's a very soft, generic way to connect with people, because you're associated with them on a platform, and you can engage with them and build relationships. And they'll be more in tune to what you're doing, because you have a relationship with them, instead of trying to build, a cold network. So take this time, expand your network, go outside of even your 9 to 5 people, and people that are surrounded, by your 9 to 5, and even expand your network further, because by now, hopefully, when you're thinking about expanding your network, you've already nailed down who your target audience is, and who you want to work with. So begin reaching out to those people, develop the relationships without having the pressure of how you're going to pay your bills. So with that being said, that concludes this episode, and I look forward to you tuning in to the Boss Experience podcast in the next episode. Take care and be well.